Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, hopefully you know that Gran Turismo 7 has just been announced. On the PlayStation 5 live stream event, the trailer was first shown, and it looks pretty damn cool. So we're going to be going through the trailer and looking at 5 things you might not have noticed, because there's quite a few small details that can actually tell us quite a bit about the upcoming Gran Turismo game. So let's get into it. Okay, so first up is the cars. Now, there were quite a few that were shown and hinted at in the trailer, although you had to look quite closely to find them all. I think I've got them all, and I'll put them all in the description down below. But there were a few new ones that we didn't have in sport that stood out to me, such as the Porsche Carrera GT, which we haven't seen for a while, the Lamborghini Murcielago, as well as the 911 GT1, which we also haven't seen for a while. So it's pretty cool how they're giving us some new cars and not just sticking to the old list from sport. Okay, so number 2 is a little detail on the map, which was shown about halfway through the trailer. For those that aren't familiar with the map, it's a feature that we've seen in older Gran Turismo games, and it's basically just where you'll be able to access all the content. So if you look just here, we can see a used car section. Now, I was really excited to see this, as in GT Sport you obviously couldn't buy used cars, so it'll be interesting to see how they do this. Hopefully we'll have an online market where we can put a listing price for our cars and other real players can buy them, a bit like Forza Horizon 4. There's also some heavy car customization in this game, which I can't wait to have a look at. So who knows, maybe used cars will have lost a few horsepower, or you'll have to fix them or something like that. Who knows, but there's definitely a lot of room for them to do a lot with this. Okay, so the third thing on this list is probably the most obvious. However, for anyone who hasn't yet realised, Trial Mountain is finally back. Now, a lot of people missed it as it was not featured in Gran Turismo Sport, although it's a track that's become pretty iconic to the Gran Turismo franchise. Now, them adding this track back really shows how they're listening to the fans, but also how the developers are kind of moving back to almost their old way of making games by how they've added this track back and stuff like used cars and heavy car customization. Okay, so at number 4 is another thing hidden within the map menus, and it is this little green icon here at the right hand side of this screenshot, which says multiplayer. Now, this isn't a massive surprise, although it is nice to see that we will still be getting some kind of element of PvP racing in this game. Now, obviously it's gonna be a much smaller part of the game compared to Gran Turismo Sport, which was massively multiplayer focused. Now, it will be interesting to see what they do at their esports series. If you don't already know, Gran Turismo Sport has one of the biggest, most hyped esports series at the moment, and it'll be interesting to see whether that goes over to the Gran Turismo 7 multiplayer, or whether they do actually keep Gran Turismo Sport running for their online racing. Okay, so number 5 is just going to be a couple of smaller things that I noticed. So first up is the credit system. Now, it seems to be pretty similar to from Sport. We also have a brand central, which would kind of back that up a bit. There's also an absence of any driver or sportsmanship ratings as far as I can see so far, which obviously shows their transition away from multiplayer again, going back to kind of the original style of their games. The HUD when you're actually racing looks exactly the same as far as I can tell. I'm surprised they didn't rework it a bit. I would have liked to see something a bit different, but I suppose it wasn't broken, so they didn't really have a need to fix it. So that's pretty much it for this video. It was quite short, however, hopefully you found out something new about the upcoming Gran Turismo 7 game. I'm incredibly excited about this game's launch, and I can't wait to play it. Now, I'm also pretty certain that I have missed out loads of things from this trailer, so let me know anything you noticed or any theories you have about the GT7 game in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this video, but that's all, so I'll see you guys in the next one.